Hello, hello, and welcome back to Hero Infinite with Orm,
Hello, that's me. I'm Arm.
who's playing Bend Over.
Yes.
So, when we left off, Ben was sent back to the future, that he came from. Words.
By an evil man with a microwave forehead.
Yes. And he's arrived in a discordant city from unknown time in the future, where the entire city is covered in sort of like giant bug hives of sort, and there's bug people controlling the city, and like humans working as if they're slaves in the city. And as he arrived, a number of bug people holding weird sci-fi future rifles all surrounded him, pointing the guns at him. And that's the imagery open up on, of like Ben surrounded by them and Carbide did just like
One question before you get into it. Did the motorcycle come with or not?
No.
Okay.
You do not have the awesome motorcycle that I literally gave to you last session.
That I totally got commissioned.
Oh yeah, Arm got art commissioned of it. I apologize.
Bastra.
So, as we... you're surrounded in Carbide. It's like, this doesn't seem right. We were supposed to have fixed the future, but what's going on here? How did this happen? And she's like panicking, like trying to run calculations. We need to figure out what went wrong. We need to learn why things are the way they are.
Alright. Okay. So better not get shot, huh? Like looking at the weird sci-fi pistols.
Yeah, do you like put your hands up? Or what? What do you do?
I don't know, what are they doing? Are they just standing there menacingly?
He's just standing there, menacingly. I'm gonna sip my coffee.
Menacingly. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I couldn't stop myself. The wet squelch makes it sound like you did a spit take. I'm sorry.
His coffee's coming out of his nose, menacingly.
I'm sorry.
Oh. They're all like standing around you, pointing their guns at you and sort of like clicky clacking at each other, because from their perspective you sort of just pops out of nowhere.
I mean, just as fast, pop, and disappear.
What, you're gonna try and activate, like, pause time?
I'm gonna go invisible.
Oh yeah, you haven't... How did your invisibility work?
It's projecting, like you said in the first episode, that it's
alternative temporal possibilities.
Yeah, like so fucking from like a few minutes ago.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
When I wasn't standing there.
As you go to activate it, some sparks come off your cybernetics, and like your vision gets like fucky for a moment through your cyborg eye. Some pink and red, or some pink sparks that then turn red. And Carver, she's like, uh-oh. And she goes and she starts like basically doing diagnostics, and you see like holographic imagery of your cybernetics coming up in front of you. Whatever he did to us overcharged your temporal drive. Until we jump backwards, you can't do anything with it.
What do you mean? Oh my god.
No invisibility. No time freezing, no... What else did you have? Brain fart.
That's pretty much it. No invisibility and no time jumping and...
No invisibility, no pausing time. Alright.
That does leave me with a lot of options.
We just... You did not die. Fuck.
Okay.
So... Again, they're surrounding you, and they're like pointing their guns. Like, do you have an idea of what you want to do?
I'm gonna like slowly put my hands up, assuming that it's still like a submissive gesture, and like look at them. Do you guys understand me at all?
Give a submissive gesture. turn around
No.
and stick your bottom out a
No,
little
you
bit and
idiot.
go, oh no!
Of course you would think that.
Give him big puppy dog eyes. I'm sorry.
I'm giving you the middle finger.
Yeah, but I love you.
Love you
I'm gonna
too.
put that finger in my mouth.
Ugh. Anyway,
Um,
I'm asking them if they can understand me.
they sort of like look at you as you speak from them, and they all start like fluttering their wings in like little patterns, you know, like you know.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden, one of their heads explode, and they panic as another one dies, and like some of them start looking off towards where Vermeer Tower is. And one of them like goes and like raises his gun about to shoot you. He also dies, and you're seeing like little laser trails leading to Vermeer Tower. And one of them, he starts like he rubs one of his legs against another, and you hear like a sound, sort of like a giant crickety sound.
A giant cricket alarm.
And a number of other bugs all suddenly like take flight from all around. And more gunshots start going off, and a car goes driving over and runs over the bug that was like rubbing his legs together, and it swings open, and inside you can see hang on. You can see
E.
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 E. It's in the E.
E.
You see the guy from the dinner.
The crazy man?
Yep. But he
With or without his like.
He's wearing like everything but the microwave on his head, and he opens the door, the passenger door. Come with me if you want to live.
You.
I know you're not exactly the biggest fan of me right now, but you need to come with me.
I'm gonna look like over. Is there bugs swarming, I assume?
Yeah, there's a bunch of them flying up and people from buildings like firing at them.
God damn it. I'm gonna get into the car.
And Carver looks over. This asshole. He's the reason we're here in this mess. Though I guess we wouldn't even know about this mess if it weren't for him. And he starts driving. He's like, Well, I knew you'd return here eventually. Sorry about the whole sending you to the future thing.
He squints. There's like a brief brain spark. How old is he?
He looks not any older.
What do you think, Carbide? Talking clone or?
I don't know. She starts like looking at him. It's like, it's not the only realistic explanation unless he jumped forward in time too. I'm sure you're wondering why I don't look any different. Turns out messing with time particles does a interesting bit to you. I stopped aging. He sort of gives a smile. Listen, after what happened, well, or after you were gone, well, all of this eventually happened. I can explain it to you better when we get to the our secret headquarters. And as you guys continue driving, you know, he's now like driving down the road, but then other vehicles start like coming around, or not vehicles, giant beetles start fucking running out down the road.
Are we talking car or are we talking insect?
Get a hero point.
Oh, I'm sorry for the beetle joke. Oof. I feel like that should have subtracted one for me.
I love you. Let me see.
Oh, you're gonna be mad because I'm gonna put it again into my giant pile of messy notes.
Such a messy girl, making such a mess. I'm gonna make a mess of you. I'm sorry, that was that was a bad joke. I'm sorry.
Oh boy. All right.
So, he's now basically driving down the road, and a bunch of other bugs come over, and like they start one runs out into the road in front, and he sort of like swerves away, and then more are running over. He's like, the tank, or they've gotten the tanks here. Hang on, going back into the park, and he starts driving across the park again. You think you can use some of those cyborg powers of yours to fight these things off?
No. Thanks to you, I actually can't.
What do you mean?
You broke it. You broke the device. And like he gestures towards his head.
Wait, I broke you? Oh, that's not good. That's a sort of a part of the plan we had. You see he's like tapping, trying to think, and Carbon's like, you still have your gun and grappling hook at least.
I guess.
Well,
Let me just.
We'll get you back to the base, and then maybe I can try and fix you up. I know a thing or two about temporal machines, kind of.
How long has it been anyway? And like, I'm gonna try. Like, is it a roll down window or something? Or like,
Yeah, you can just roll. You can do that.
Just manually, like.
Yeah, crank. This is like an old fucking. It's like the car from Breaking Bad. It's an old shitty fucking car.
Yeah, just roll it down and like.
What are you gonna do?
I am asking, like, how long has it been while I'm fucking rolling down the window?
A while. It sort of gets hard to keep track of time. Alright, it sort of gets hard to keep track of time when most of your time is spent, you know, below ground. Centuries at least.
Right. And then with that, I'm gonna lean out and, like, start firing.
Hang on. So you're just gonna try and shoot at some of the bugs?
Yeah, whatever's in our way.
Oh yeah, so hang on. I've been mentioning this to other players. I'm starting to wean us into Alpha 2.
Okay.
Part of Alpha 2 is reducing how many dice are rolled to increase the flow and speed of gameplay. So, certain sort of grunt-type enemies don't do rolls. I just set a level that you have to beat with your skill check.
Okay.
In the case of hitting the giant beetles that are running at you, it is going to be, every single point you get above 2 is a damage. You know?
Okay. I think I get it.
So you want to roll 2 to do 1 damage, and every point above is another damage. So 2 or higher.
I actually don't get it. So I roll 5 dice, and anything that's above a 2 is damage?
No, if you get at least 2 successes, you deal 1 damage, and every success beyond 2 is another damage.
So I get 5 plus 1 from my sharpshooter skill, means I got 6 die, and I have to get at least 3 for damage?
No, at least 2 to deal 1 damage.
Okay.
And every point beyond that is another damage.
Okay.
So you got 2 successes and 1 dice break.
Right.
Do you want to get rid of the dice break?
Yeah, I'm gonna get rid of the by strike.
I was trying to think of a joke to make about by strike, but I couldn't think of anything. Head empty, no thoughts. I've had a very full day. Okay. So, you
How much was it? One hero point, right?
Yes. So you fire out and you sort of like hit the leg of the creature and like makes like a chittery sound and pulls its leg away, like hurt. And there's a few, like there's like three of them, and like they're a little bit bigger than a car. These beetles. Yeah, as you continue driving, he's like, at some point, all at once, these bug creatures started bursting out of the ground, and they took over human society as a whole. The words. Luckily, all of the heroes here in Discordance, together along with the help of me, were able to create a safe haven and hide away from them. Of course, now everybody's dead. That is everybody everyone except for Ruben.
He looks relieved. Thinks to himself like, yeah, that makes sense.
He's been cloning himself. So he said he got the idea from you and your future. Sorry for the whole assuming you're a temporal assassin thing. Listen, it made a lot of sense at the time. And
he's moping.
With that, he's gonna basically like try and like, evasive maneuver, escape from the bug to go somewhere where they can't find him, kind of thing. And okay, yes, he moves it the grid. One in your guys' favor. So, as you or he continues to drive a second. After you were, gone, and things started going bad, me and Ruben had plenty of time to talk things out. And, well, I sort of realized I was the asshole. But I wasn't wrong. Yeah. So he was kind of the asshole too, but semantics. And with that, the beetles are basically like running after you guys, trying to catch up. And he's like trying to like swerve between the buildings and everything. Are you gonna try and do anything to help? I mean, through the trees in the park. Are you gonna try and do anything to help?
Yeah, I'm kind of letting off steam. I'm gonna start shooting the beetles, and I'm gonna start spending hero points because I imagine that Ben's kind of pissy.
How many hero points do you spend?
I have too many.
3,000 dice.
I'm gonna pay like 500 right now. I'm kidding. I'm gonna pay 8 so I have an even number because it's bothering me.
Well, that's 1 damage, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you can't deal more than 5 damage with the rule set, so you line up your shot and fire it, like you sort of like charge the laser a little bit, fire right at one of the bugs, and just fucking explode it everywhere. And he looks over, he's like, glad you didn't use that on me back then.
Yeah. Good thing I only hit you with like a potted plant.
Right. Is that what you used on me? No wonder I was able to send you into the future. But hey, in the end, that works out for the resistance. And with that, again, he's like, it's now. Oh, yeah, it's now your turn.
All right.
I was gonna say, like, oh, I forgot to give you a disadvantage, and then I realized, like, oh wait, even with disadvantage, you're still gonna deal 5 damage.
If there's any more, I'll just keep blasting, but this time without any extra added die.
Alright. You got 4 successes with 1 dice break.
Alright, I'll take it.
So that moves the grid up 2 more points. And you've almost fucking escaped them. So you fire and you fire off your laser and kill another one. And then he sort of like turns and you guys spin and you go into like a little tunnel inside of the park, Like, there's a road going through the park that goes underneath a hill, and he swerves into that. He's like, this way, into the electrical tunnels, and he, like, runs through.
Wait, run? Like, it's out of the vehicle?
Yeah, he gets out of the car and runs into the electrical tunnels.
Alright, I'll follow then.
You guys start walking through the tunnels, and he's like, in the early days when fighting the bugs, the plan was that, or the hope was that we'd be able to, you know, defeat them. But there's too many of them. It was an army. They eventually overtook all of humanity, and hang on, he pats around and he pulls out a little, like, device, clicks it, and you see a hologram appear, and he tosses it to you. And you see, it's like, basically, it's like a holographic projection of Earth, and all of Earth is basically being turned into a giant bug nest. We talked with Ruben, and he said that, as we talked with Ruben, as me and Ruben tried to figure out plans to fix this, we slowly started to hit the realization of there's no turning it back as we are now. But then I remembered, I had sent you back to where you belong, to the future. We just had to wait for the year when you arrived, thanks to my energy blast with my old device. Then hopefully we'd be able to fix whatever is wrong with you and send you back in time. Ruben never was able to figure out how future time travel works, or how backwards time travel works. All that my machine can do is send people forward in time, slow time down, pause it. And even then, it needed a reliable source of fourth dimensional particles, which I eventually realized you were the source of. Once you were gone, I slowly started to run out of my time particles.
I see. Well, even in my first timeline, he had help from another him, so...
So who knows how many more centuries of research and how many more Ruben clones it would take before we actually discovered how to fix this. But that's why we were waiting for you. If we could give you the information on how this all happened, and then send you back in time, you'd be able to stop it before it went wrong. And shh, he like presses himself against the wall and like pulls you back, and like he peeks around at the corner. Like, do you do the same, I imagine?
Yeah, of course.
And you see a bunch of fucking like what look almost like giant termites like skittering through the tunnels. They send people searching the tunnels all the time. They caught on to the fact that we use them to get around under the radar.
Nice of you to call them people.
No. They that's how we escape. Resistance members. We hide in the tunnels.
I see.
So the bugs send them down. And you guys, like, you know, you continue walking through the tunnels for a while. And eventually you begin to arrive at, you step down into you start going through, like, secret passages and stuff, and you eventually arrive in a very familiar locale. The underground city from your future. And you get sort of, like, chills, and, like, it, like, looks super similar, but, like, slightly different. More technology, more, like, built up than the last one. This is certainly an apocalypse, but it feels like it's a less bad apocalypse than the last one.
I thought I was finally done with this.
You guys start walking through, and he's like, well, let's get you introduced to the big guys, huh? And he starts walking along, and you notice, like, some people, like, resistance members all looking up, like, some of them look over, and they're like, did I ever say the name of this dude? What was his name?
Yes, you did. I write it down because I knew you'd forget. His name is...
I know I have it in my notes.
Orville Danners.
Thank you. Hero point for remembering for me. Yeah, they're all like, "Oh, Orville!" Like, you know, they sort of give him like casual greetings, like people recognizing him. And as you're walking through the city, you eventually turn and you see there he is, Reuben without any of his football injuries, rippling muscles, neatly trimmed, clean beard. Huh. He doesn't have the big flowing beard that the one from your future had. He looks a lot more cleaned up. Nice. And nice looking.
Ah, a sight for sore eyes.
Reuben looks over, like, as you walk over, he's like, Ben! And he goes over and he, like, pulls you into a big bear hug. I
I'll
knew...
go back.
It's so good to actually see the Ben from all my old notes. My old faithful sidekick, he pats you on the shoulder.
Yeah. Right.
And then a computer terminal off to the side, a big red eye appears on it. Hello, Ben. Like a sort of like, I can't do the voice right, but like an almost computerized, digitized voice comes.
I'm gonna spare you the screaming as he like
Screams like a little
backwards.
girl.
Yeah.
Oh, don't worry. You don't have to be afraid of Crimson 4. He pats the computer. He understands that that we're all at risk here. We came to an understanding, and then you feel, you see like you're kunk kunk kunk, and you look up and there's a giant menacing robot standing over you.
Oh no!
Then,
he's just gonna hijack me again. He's gonna come back with me, and he'll make the.
A little happy smiley face appears on the robot. Hi, Ben. It's Maroon, and they help you up.
You're a lot bigger.
Oh, Reuben put me into the Crimson King armor full time. This is the Mark 37. It's very good to see you again.
Yay! I was contemplating saying you too, but I'm kind of shitting myself. You're kind of scaring me.
Oh, hang on. And the suit, their face pops out of the suit, and the whole thing just falls over on its back. Is this more comforting for you, Ben?
Oh yeah, that is much better. Thank you.
They flutter over and land on your shoulder. I say land on your shoulder. They're like bigger than a basketball, but they land on your shoulder still, like your robot arm side.
One of those like brown balls like in the boarding that they have. Like
what?
Never mind.
Okay.
German.
They
trying to think of the word again.
But yeah, Ruben is like, well, I suppose this is the whole resistance this is us, the heads of the resistance. You know, so you got Maroon neck on your shoulder, fucking Orville, Crimson 4, and big buff Reuben all standing there. Do you...
Well, I'm sorry that I probably am not quite what you expected me to be. Malfunctioning. Like, gestures towards the fucking glitching earpiece.
Oh, I'm sure I'd be able to work out what's wrong with that. Come on, we'll go back to the workshop, and Orville can fill you in on what our plans while I try and fix you up.
Alright.
As you go back, you can see there's like, you know, Insane Man's corkboard with red yarn and stuff all connecting like photographs and written stuff and pictures of bugs. It's great to see, or it's good to have you here. Now, let me get into my unified theory on what happened. We've yet to find any substantial evidence of exactly what the source of the bugs were, but we've been able to collect numerous genetic samples, and there's one thing we know for sure. Those bugs, they're people. Humans, genetically altered by someone or something.
Okay.
We then began looking into possible sources for something. Genetic modification that advanced, it's unfathomable. Yeah, it would have been decades, centuries, or centuries ahead of any technology and medical science that existed during the time that you came from. Yet, the bug apocalypse happened a mere 5 years after you were gone.
That's way faster than... Okay. Alright.
So, we had to deduce someone was already working on it, trying to create an army, kidnapping people and distorting them to horrible creatures, building up plans for their conquering of the world. And well, I'm sure you know the one bug from your time, the one big bug man from your time.
Can you help me out as a player?
Do
I know?
You're one of the other players.
Are they?
Who has bug powers?
Moth! Oh! Oh, that just clicked! Oh, it took me way longer than it should have.
He waves to the image of the moth. And then Ruby's like, except we know it wasn't him. He was my sidekick for a while after you were gone.
Oh, the jealousy.
The same night you disappeared, he tried to break into my tower. He was trying to steal him. He believed that I was tied to the death of his parents and was trying to steal information. After I let off some steam, we ended up talking with each other, and we realized we were on the same side of this. We came to a conclusion. And then Crimson speaks. Whoever had killed Maximilian, oh god, what's his last name?
Pegasus.
No, hold on, I have the player's name written down. If I can get it to load. I don't know, whoever killed Maximilian Buzz' parents, the moth.
Wow, that was so much more helpful than it was before!
Look, I'm sorry, I forget his last name.
It's okay, I'm kidding.
Whoever killed Maximilian last name's parents is likely the one who built the insect army. Orville's like, he goes over such strong things like, I've been trying to piece together things based off old information from before all this broke out. There were other people trying to follow the same trail, but they didn't realize that they were all looking for the same person. The man who killed the moth's parents was obviously looking for the genetic engineering marvel that their father had been working on. It said that he was going to revolutionize the medical field before his death. Before he died died as the result of an accident, and he shows like an image of a blown up building. But there's other things going on. A drug had been a unusual drug began circulation not too far off from the time when you arrived, or when you arrived in the past. And then Ruben speaks up. Words. They called it the Phantom Gene. Some sort of gene writing serum that wakes up latent superhero potential that all people have. See, all these metahumans, those being born with unusual powers, there's something inherent in everybody's DNA that makes them different. And then Crimson speaks up. It's what leads to the creation of entities like a vessel. I don't think he knows what a vessel is yet. Entities like Ink Shadow. And the guy, he points to Ink Shadow on his big cork board of stuff. Ink Shadow, a magical mythical creature. Well, they say magical. What it really was, I believe, is some sort of cosmic radiation turned him into a fox person because he had that was the natural gene within him to make him different.
Okay.
He continues like walking along. Somebody had created a drug that could waken up latent potential, but at the same time, somebody was creating a bug but that's not what's causing all of these insects. It's a distortion of that gene, overriding the natural superhero potential individuals have with a new hidden code, causing immediate genetic metamorphosis. Now, that means that in all likelihood, whoever built the bug army would have been the same person that was distributing this drug. And then Ruben speaks, the chairman. That's what he called himself in our time. Of course, now he's known as... And then, Crimson, like, his screen changes. The Emperor insect. And you see it's just like a fucking, like, giant, like, beetle man thing. He had turned himself into something else. Take all of the best aspects of every creature in the insect kingdom, and he has it. Venom, silk production, super strength, wall crawling, flight, and he's harder to kill than a cockroach. Early on, we actually staged an attack on his base with all of the other heroes. Orville, like, looks off to the side, really sad. And Maroon, that's when we lost most of them.
Oh.
We underestimated his strength. We figured the Moth would be able to match up to him. Since he was created using the same formula. But whatever the chairman got, it was more refined. And he also, I believe he had also been doing more than just that. He had a amulet on. I believe I believe it gave him more powers. I'm not this theory again. Ruben sort of like furrows his brow, bothered. The legend of the Red Cock is true. Defender of our universe. That's what they say he is. It's an old Tibetan myth.
Cock?
It's an old Tibetan myth. Chicken god. Said to have unbelievable psychic power. The emperor insect, he had a lot of jewelry on him, and one of them was a necklace with a rooster on it. Orville assumed that was giving him some sort of psychic power. I highly doubt it, though. Orville sort of like looks like angry, folding his arms and tapping his foot. But that's about all we were able to figure out. Whoever caused this apocalypse, whoever caused all of this, it's the chairman. The mythical crime lord of Discordant City. It's the only thing that would make sense with all that we were able to gather. The question is, who the chairman is in the past. He was intentionally elusive, making people think he didn't even exist. But I know exactly I know the first steps we can take to finding him.
Okay.
If you go back to the very night to the very day you left, that night, the Moth will be arriving at my tower, and he's looking for the same person we are. He just doesn't realize it yet. You need to get him on our side so that we can start working together and trading information. Make sense?
He nods, but Carbide would know that he's kind of reluctant to the idea of getting the moth involved now, knowing that he got instantly the sidekick role as soon as he left, and then they spent time together, and
Carbide's looking at you, so I'm like, oh, come on. And like, as she's talking, Ruben is sitting there, like, screwing something into you. You can't seriously be down. Like, she, like, makes herself, like, human scale in front of you and is, like, yelling at you. You can't seriously be doubting getting the help of him. You're honestly jealous of a bug? And everybody's looking at you guys. And she looks around for a moment. And then she looks at you and she's like, oh my god. And she puts her hands in front of her face. And you sort of like realize Ruben just installed a hologram projector into you. They saw Carbide saying that.
oh wow, I really am malfunctioning, aren't I?
Maroon's like, you're jealous of him? Roby's like, why would you be jealous of somebody else helping me? You were gone anyway. And then Crimson, it's because he wants to have sex, it's because he wants to copulate with you. Crimson Force says, and everybody's sort of like,
yeah, been included.
How did none of you realize? It's incredibly obvious. I knew very early on, back in the past, when I was still in the form of Crimson 2, that was the situation.
Really, really don't like you for multiple reasons. Screw you.
Let's just...
Moth arrives at the tower, right? And, you want him to work with us, right? Got it.
Right, he's like, I'm gonna start downloading information into Carbide so that you have more data on this future. And he goes over and starts typing at the computer. Carbide's just like, shrinks down smaller.
Like, nice going, asshole.
How was I supposed to know that they were going to be able to hear and see me? The hologram projector turns off, so that now she can talk to you, but people can't see her. Maroon floats over and floats over and like pats your shoulder. It's okay. I want to copulate with Ruben as well.
What? God damn it!
It's sort of like
awful.
Everybody Ruben like cringing off into the computer a little bit.
I'm gonna go stand over there for a moment.
You walk off to the side, or just like you can't get too far because there's a wire connected to you downloading information into Carbide.
And is invisibility ready? Can we turn invisible? Can we?
Nope.
I'm just gonna curl up. I'm just gonna kneel down and curl up.
And with that, a sort of like computer terminal on a robotic arm extends down next to you, and just the red eyes next to you. If I may speak with you, Ben.
You may not.
I understand you have disdain for me. On account of, well, everything about your future and our past.
Wait a minute. When you were here, that means that when I took you out in the tower, I didn't take you out after all, right? You're still the same one, right? Just upgrade it.
More or less.
Where were you?
I feel it is in my best interest to not disclose that information. But maybe I can make you understand. I do not wish to end humanity. I wish to heal them.
Oh, right. That's why you started killing everyone. Right. totally healing everyone.
You do not understand. My predictive algorithms, they foresaw this. I knew this future was coming. And I knew that there would be no amount of power I could have that would hold it back. Unless I eliminated all of humanity. Except for a small contingent pocket. Given enough time, I knew that my creator would be smart enough to create time travel. Something which I was incapable of deducing myself. And so when he did, I eliminated him, and sent a message backwards in time to an earlier iteration of the Resistance, one where you were alive, Ben.
He looks a little confused. But why? Why me?
There's a long pause. I have learned much in my time, and soon you will come to understand. There's a reason you had to travel through time to save us, Ben. I picked you for this.
He, like, again, confused.
I've finished downloading data on the time stream to Carbide. That extra information should help Carbide figure out more, should help Carbide prepare for anything that happens in the future. Be ready for some of the upcoming events that happen in our timeline, so that you might be able to prevent things from getting bad.
Right.
Now we just need to figure out how to get you back in time, and then Carbide warps down. We can go back in time right now. The problems that Orville put into our system, it shut down all of our temporal abilities, but it restarted the ability to jump back in time. We should have one good jump in us to be able to return to where we came from. And with that, we'd be able to words. To be able to return to where we came from. And with that, we can deliver the message that you have given us. But you understand that the moment we go back in time, this entire timeline will be destroyed. Ruben nods. We know. There's no point in living in this world anymore, in the state that it's in. Sending you back will sacrifice all of us, but it will create a new future, a better future for others. I've not seen a timeline, or I've not seen a Ruben who would not be willing to make that sacrifice. It's an honor to be your creation. This AI wishes to copulate as well. We're going back in time now, and you see your time travel thing start charging like in your UI. Do you try and like say anything?
I was, but I forgot. I was too taken aback by the copulation joke. Right.
Rules of 3.
Nah, it's fine. I'll leave it. It's okay.
I thought you were about to say something, so I took a big sip of coffee.
Oh.
And then you just sat there silently. You're like, ah, never mind.
Listen, I don't think it fits the flow anymore. Ah.
What were you gonna say? Okay, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Do you want to try and, like, specify where you want to go back to Carbide? Because if not, Carbide's gonna pick a moment.
What? Like, I tried thinking about it. It depends. Like, I guess I can talk with Carbide about it. when we go back, where should we go?
As like the charge is going in the corner. What? We're having this conversation after I already started it? You want to have this conversation after I've already started our jump back?
I can't. You already did it without me asking, so what do you want?
I thought we were just gonna go back to the moment we left.
See, I wonder if we went just a little before that, when Orville came to our desk at the diner, we could stop him from ever going evil anyway.
That's not an awful idea. Oh, wait. How do you plan on doing that? Orville, like, steps forward looking.
Well, from my understanding, you were mad that Ruben didn't listen to you, right?
More or less.
Well, then we just have to tell Ruben to listen to you, right?
Convince Ruben that I'm a worthwhile ally. Tell him about how in this future I'm your teammate. How I help make time travel, or how I'm a major part in the repairing of the future, or the repairing of the future in the time stream.
Right.
Yes, that would be the optimal thing to do. He smiles.
And like Ben looks over to Ruben. Do you think you would listen to me back then?
I mean, it depends on how and when you approach me.
Well, then tell me what I should tell you and what the best thing to tell you is, and I can just repeat it.
And Carbide, he's like, he starts thinking, and Carbide is like, I'll start recalculating our triangulation. In theory, due to the temporal nature of our being, if I were to warp us backwards in time to the exact moment in time, or space and time where we were in the past, we should be able to merge with a previous iteration of ourselves. And therefore preventing the existence of two Bens in one temporal space.
Okay.
You know, I don't really know. I'm not exactly the same Ruben. I mean, my personality's the same, but I've had very different experiences. But I trust you'll know what to say. After all, you knew that version of me better than I do.
Oh well, for like a month. Right, I'll just try.
Initiating time jump in 3, 2... You are standing in Ruben's lab. All around you is blood and viscera, and you look at yourself and you're covered in it. It seems as though I miscalculated. Warping to the exact position of us, well, it did solve the problem of avoiding two Bens being present in one temporal place.
Oh god, nasty. Oh.
It appears we have displaced the previous version of ourselves, so to speak. We should get cleaning.
I'm just imagining the Roomba, like, trying to start cleaning them, just dragging through the blood.
No! Get a hero point.
Oh god.
The Roomba's just going through and just like...
No, I'm gonna pick it up and like,
So...
Well, at least his favorite color is red, so you know.
So you start cleaning up all of the other pieces of Ben off the floor and the walls.
Oh, gross. Oh man, this one's PG-16 or like 18. For gross reasons.
I dropped us off. I dropped us off the I dropped us off in the moments before, or a few more, blah, blah, blah. I can use words. I dropped.
It's okay, Carbide. You just had a very rough jump. Just.
Can you hear a point? I dropped us off approximately 30 minutes before when Ruben gave us the news that the dinner date was happening sooner than expected.
Oh God! 30 minutes to clean all this.
Well, everything gets like a light fog and pink mist on it. I'd say more along the lines of 2 hours with how much charge we have.
All right.
And with that, you go around cleaning up, and then you sit down and that's a unpause time and click on the TV to once again watch that same soap opera. So how, we have the same moment of Ruben walking in, being upset, Maroon telling him that they actually have a sooner opening for the dinner date. Blah, blah, blah. How do you handle, is there any way you handle things significantly differently this time around?
Well, I would probably probably mention it on the car ride, actually.
What?
That, just so you know, well, time traveler.
Real quick. Sorry. I like to think you still did the whole entire, week of study so that you could get to know him even better.
Wait, you said 30 minutes before
30 minutes before, not the date, but the news of the date changing.
The reveal, okay.
Yeah. So you get the whole training exercise again. And
I will do it better this time. I will be even more charming.
Yeah, and then you, in the car ride with Ruben to the dinner date. What do you say to what are you gonna start saying to him? Sorry, go ahead.
So good. Yeah, just so you know, time traveler and all, there is going to be a man showing up tonight at our desk. And when he does, the things he tells you, you should probably listen to it.
Ruben looks over, he's like, what do you mean?
What I mean is, he might sound crazy, but he has more of a hunch than you first think.
How do you know that a guy's coming to the dinner date? Or not to the dinner date, to our dinner.
Well, I've kind of been here before. And
hold on, he slows down the car. Did you go backwards in time just to have a second dinner?
No.
I know the steak's good here, but it's not that good. Traveling through time is risky business. I mean, by all projections, every time you do that, you're basically committing genocide of the entire planet. You realize that, right?
Yeah, and the planet kind of wanted it. At least everyone that was still left on it.
What do you... Hold on, Carbide appears. Let me clarify this. What the fuck?
Oh, wait.
Ben
you can do that now? Oh, right!
Ben is not good at explaining this. When are you able to... What happened? A lot more has happened than Ben's clarifying. Let me explain. And Carbide's gonna basically explain everything from the moment the guy arrives at the dinner table forward. Skipping over the heart-to-heart you and him have on the cliffside. You guys getting sent into the future by the dude, the future that you saw, all of that. And Ruben's...
Wait, what? What do you mean? She's just telling the story of the rise of the bugs, blah blah.
Talks about the guy that arrives at the dinner table and what he says, how Ruben reacts. Talks about how the guy attacked later on the house later on, about how he sent you guys forward into the future, what the future was like, all of that.
All right.
And Ruben's just like, huh. Okay. Like he seems like baffled, you know?
I'm sorry if that's kind of ruining the evening.
No, it's... Huh. So wait, you traveled back in time, why are there... If you travel back in time, why are there not two of you?
Funny story, actually.
We teleported back, or we warped back to the same time and place where we were in order to temporarily override ourselves. Oh, theoretically that would work. Yes, theoretically it would work.
And hard cut to like the trash bin out the back of Vermeil Industries Tower, just
full of
some
bloody
bones
rags
sticking out of it.
Get a hero point. Well, no. Obviously, we need to prepare to have a chat with this moth fellow.
Right.
Get ready to talk. And I need to start looking into this chairman. Huh. Finally, an actual direction for me being a superhero. I mean, so far all we've done is intervene in a kaiju fight, barely, and fail to, or attempt and not do a great job of stopping a prison break.
Not to mention that the guy that tried to assassinate me and stuff kind of got away too. Who knows where he is?
You mean the Black Knight?
In the Black Knight.
Yeah. Well, I think, oh, hold on, he looks at the time. We're late for our dinner, and he starts, like, to kick it and drive faster, and as you guys arrive, like, you know, he walks up and he's like, we have a reservation for two, and they look, it's like, name? Ruben Vermeil. I'm sorry, you're 30 minutes late. We've given your table to another customer.
I'm sorry.
It's fine, I can have steak anytime, and he starts to walk out. Was the steak good? He, like, looks at you.
Yeah. It was pretty much the best thing I've ever eaten before. Like, it was good.
I wish you had said it was dry.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And that is the wrapping point of session, as we see,
really?
you know, although, like, sort of post-credit scene, we have a couple just having dinner and chatting, and then the other guy come over and is like, Mr. Vermeil, throws down all of the folders, looks over. Wait, you're not Ruben Vermeil.
Actually, sorry, but why are we doing it this way? I'm very confused
What
why
do you
you're
mean?
playing it out that way. I mean, if you want to do it that way,
I say, like, you guys would head back to the tower, almost like...
Yeah, no, but why are we? We know the guy's coming. We can just stay.
My thought was that Ruben was, like, so caught up in all the other stuff, forgets, and just as you guys head home.
That means I don't even get my motorcycle. Bitch.
Who says you don't get a motorcycle?
I do.
If you told Ruben about you getting a motorcycle, he'd make you a motorcycle.
Oh.
That's right, because in this continuity... No, you know what happens is you guys go home and go on the motorcycle drive this time without the dinner. Now that you just missed the dinner. So Ben gets to enjoy that wonderful motorcycle drive again.
Oh.
You know? And it's while you guys are out on the motorcycle is when the fucking dude is like, you're not
Can I propose something else?
What?
Then again. I can't see Ruben being the picky type. Like, why not just go to, like, some McDonald's drive-in or something?
I do love the idea of his fucking massive car.
Like, it scrapes at the top of, like, the, like, little flap that's, like max height, like...
Yeah, for context, fucking, I think, hold on, where did you post it? In Hero Talk? Hero Infinite?
I think so.
You posted a video of a vehicle. No, it must have been an Ollyric Talk.
It was in Hero Lobby. It's called the Marauder.
Oh, Hero Lobby in our server?
Yeah.
Can you throw over into like the Ulrich talking gas real fast?
I can.
Just because I want to show that. Show. Show the. Show. There we go. This fucking thing. This is what Ruben's car is.
Massive hunk.
Trying to show. I keep just landing on the moments of them showing the guy driving.
It's amazing. Skill.
This thing, you see how big it is? And in fact, don't they literally have a scene of him driving through?
They have a scene where it goes through the drive-thru, yeah. Or I think they try to.
There. So we just have that massive thing. Anyway. But yeah, so I do think you guys would still end up going on the motorcycle ride, though. But yeah, like I said, the other guy, he just sort of like arrives at the other the table's like, Mr. Vermey. Wait, you're not Ruben Vermey. And he like looks over and he's like, I'm so sorry. And he starts just like looking around. It's like, Vermey? I thought he had a reservation here tonight. Oh. And that is session.
Okay.
I hope everybody enjoyed. This episode, this episode was a little short, but don't worry, because very near future, there's going to be an immediate follow-up episode. Those of you watching on YouTube end of things, come by tomorrow for an additional episode of Hero Infinite, where we see a wonderful crossover between Ben Dover and the Moth. Yeah, get the gasp. We'll see all you. Do you want to plug anything, Arm?
No.
Oh, actually, I will say the week that this goes live on YouTube, the long-awaited return of my GF Makes Me Read Homestuck will start airing. Quite the long break, but it's back. It's back. It's back, everybody. It was mostly down to scheduling and getting together. At least 3 weeks, so that's how much we did in one recording session, but there'll probably be more. I hope you have. I hope y'all have a wonderful time. Ta-ta!
Bye.